I'll tell you who I do think could be a Super Bowl threat. And I have them a little bit lower than I'd like to put them, but by season's end, they are going to be a ferocious team. I have the Green Bay Packers at 12. Jordan Love is one of the 10 best quarterbacks in football, and he put up the second most passing touchdowns in football last year without hitting his stride until like week 9. He had those 2 games at the beginning of the year where he threw 6 touchdowns combined in weeks 1 and 2. But then there was like a little bit of a lull. People were wondering, oh man, is Jordan Love actually that guy? Sorry, I'm going to slap my neck because that tattoo is starting to itch. But, there's people like, is Jordan Love really the guy? And then by like week 8, he picked it up and the Packers looked tremendous and went on a roll and got into the playoffs. And not only got into the playoffs, beat Dallas on the road as, what were they, a 7 seed? And they're doing it with such a young group. All 9 of Jordan Love's top pass catchers last year at wide receiver or tight end were first or second year players. That's absurd. And it's not as if they're scrub. I mean, Dontavian Wicks, really good. Jaden Reed, really good. Christian Watson filled his role very nicely. So they're a young team. Again, they're another team that I would have liked to have seen get more aggressive and get a veteran perimeter pass catcher. Or hell, even like right now, Hunter Renfrow is available to put in the slot. I think that would be a great signing for the Packers. So someone of that caliber, if they wanted to go get like a Tyler Boyd, I think that would be a really good addition for Green Bay. So I'd like to see them get like a veteran pass catcher just to have in that room, because that's the youngest team in the NFL right now, youngest offense in the NFL at least. And they also, the biggest question about Green Bay was, okay, well, how good is that defense going to be? Because Joe Barry was the biggest problem for them last year. And their secondary was an issue. Well, they bring in Xavier McKinney and give him a lot of money, 4-year deal, I think $77 million to play safety. Offensively, I hadn't really liked how they were handling Aaron Jones and the lack of playing time that he was getting. He's now in Minnesota. They bring over Josh Jacobs. That's a really reliable running back to have behind Jordan Love. Hopefully they utilize him correctly. But I'm really excited to see what this Packers team can do and what Jordan Love can do in year 2 of being the starter after throwing 32 touchdowns in his first year as the starter. And again, this group around him, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson, they're going to take steps forward. And again, I would like to see them add a veteran presence at receiver, whether that be Tyler Boyd, Hunter Renfrow, or what have you. But Green Bay is a team that I think can make it to the Super Bowl out of the NFC, because you look at the difference in the disparages between the AFC and the NFC, where the AFC is a very quarterback-heavy conference. The NFC is more, great rosters. Well, if Green Bay can end up having a great quarterback and a really good roster, I think that catapults them near the top of the favorites in the NFC. Because Jordan Love right now, like I said, he's a top 10 quarterback in football. And the way that he played down the stretch last year, man, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he does in year 2 as the starter. And I think that Green Bay can be a team similar to Cincinnati a couple years ago that nobody expected to make it to the Super Bowl that does, but in the NFC. And a Bengals-Packers Super Bowl, yes, sign me up. I'm very intrigued in that, to see Joe Burrow versus Jordan Love. Or hell, a Texans-Packers Super Bowl, CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. Hell yes. Give me that.